Thank you for holding, everybody. We're now joined with Mark Hudspeth from UL Lafayette. If you have a question for Coach Hud, please dial *1 on your phone at this time. Again, *1 to get in the queue. Coach, while we're waiting for questions, would you mind starting us off with a opening statement?
Reed Stringer. Yeah. Just still trying to find the right recipe to get this team completely ready. Had a lot of bright spots in this past week's game against Ole Miss, starting with the offensive line. I thought they played extremely well against one of the best defensive fronts in the country, rushed for 200 yards, and did a nice job protecting our quarterback. Turnovers were, again, an issue that we've got to address. With 4 turnovers, you certainly can't hope to go into an SEC team like Ole Miss and have any chance of winning. So those were a big, big part of our problem, and we've got to continue to create some turnovers. We only got 1 in return. So we're still very confident in where we think we can get to. Playing good people is only going to make us better, but we've got to continue to improve as a team to get ready for an outstanding Boise team on Saturday.
Thank you, Coach. Our first questions come from 1037 The Game. Caller, please go ahead.
Hi, am I on?
Yes, you are.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, this is Chet Yoder from 1037 The Game in Lafayette. How you doing, Coach?
Hey, Trent, doing good.
Good, man. I just wanted you to evaluate the play of Terrence Broadway. I know he struggled in the game against Ole Miss. Can you just talk about what you saw from looking at film and how you evaluated his performance?
Well, I think, Terrence would be the first one to tell you that he was disappointed, and with the turnovers. And I know that he's working awfully hard. It's very important to him. We've got to do a little better job in our decision-making process. But as far as effort and somebody that cares, he is really, to me, giving an unbelievable effort. But we've just got to have more consistency there. And he knows that. It's nothing that we have not addressed. But, the 2 turnovers to start the second half were critical, especially after we somewhat gained a little momentum back after cutting it to 28-6 and coming out in the second half and getting the ball to begin the half. But I definitely have all the confidence in the world that he's going to improve, and our team is going to improve because we saw some improvement in some areas this past week.
Thank you. And our next questions come from Boise, Idaho. Caller, please identify yourself and go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Dave Southern with the Idaho Statesman. How you doing today?
How you doing, great, Dave? Thanks.
Good. Well, I was going to ask about Terrence too, but the question was pretty much already asked. But I figured to ask, if you could describe kind of, what kind of a quarterback he is, and and why he's been able to get some of those preseason accolades, from across the country.
Well, if you look at how he played last year, he played awfully well, and he could throw and run. He's a dual threat guy that can run the football effectively with our option, and then throw the ball effectively. And also all this definitely is not on him too. We've had some drops early in the year. We have not protected him very well up until this past game, and so a lot of times it's not all on the quarterback when you have some issues. He's got to have help, and then obviously this week, we all got to do our jobs and do a little bit better, but I think he's still going to have an outstanding season. It's important to him, important to this team, and so hopefully we can continue to get better each week.
In last season, I know you played Coach Harsin when he was at Arkansas State, and you guys shared the Sun Belt title. Looking back on that Arkansas State team, what do you remember about going against him? And I guess does it help you at all this year? Going against him again.
Well, he's in a new place, and he's got a lot of new staff members, but some the same. But, being a little bit familiar, I guess, can hurt, but he's familiar with us also, and so that sort of is a wash. But, I know the team was a hard-nosed team. They were tough and physical and played awfully hard, and we were very fortunate, to come out of there with a win last year.
And then finally, just when you look at Boise State, the offense, defense, whatever, what kind of stands out to you upon kind of your initial look at them?
Well, you can tell he's got his stamp on the offense. They do a nice job. They create a lot of mismatches, and they do a great job spreading you out. A lot of formations, a lot of things that you have to prepare for, and so it'll be a great challenge for our defense again this week.
Thank you.
Thank you. And our next questions come from New Orleans, Louisiana. Caller, please identify yourself and go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, I was wondering, kind of piggybacking off the Terrence question, you feel like he may be pressing a little bit too much? You've had a kind of a slow start and maybe trying to do too many things right now?
It could be. He may just be trying to, like you said, press too hard to try to make a play that could really turn the game around. But, sometimes quarterback's best play could be throwing the ball away and punting and trying to play good defense and get the ball back. But unfortunately, that's been another thing. We have not played good defense in the last 2 weeks. And, a lot of times you don't feel confident in giving the ball back to the other team. So you're pressing to try to keep drives alive. And so our team has got to work better together. Defensively, we've got to get turnovers, give our offense great field position, and offense has got to put points on the board when we get in the red zone. We had a chance to tie the game 7-7 early in the game, and we fumbled on the 6-yard line. That could have been a huge difference in the game for his confidence, momentum, and moving forward from there.
And also, you missed Jamal for the last game and a half. How much is that on the? How much does that hurt Terrence? And what's Jamal's status right now?
Well, I think anytime you lose your best offensive player, any team in the nation, college, NFL, will probably feel the effects a little bit. And we missed him for a game and a half, and you just lose a little bit of that explosive play capability. But hopefully he's going to be back in the next 3 to 4 weeks, and especially when we get into the heart and meat of the conference schedule. And I think definitely he'll come back better than ever. So, but he'll definitely be a big boost when he comes back, because he definitely has been a weapon for us.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, and thank you, Coach. That's all the time we have for you today. We do appreciate it.